Hey, what's up everyone? This is Zach, and I am here with an album review for you guys. Now, this was a paid request from Nick, so thank you so much for the request, Nick. It means a lot. Now, Nick wanted me to review some Marvin Gaye, so I thought, okay, cool. I don't know much about Marvin Gaye. I'm not too familiar with this music artist. I believe Marvin Gaye is an R&B and soul artist, so not really something that I listen to, but I thought I'll go ahead and give it a listen because I'm definitely open to exploring different types of music because why not? But with that being said, if anyone else would like to send in a paid request, of course, just message me on social media and I will give you my Cash App and we will go from there. Now, I know some people may ask me, well, where can I find you on social media? Just you gotta look, all right? It's not complicated. You know, I have Instagram, I have Facebook, or if you have me on Discord, you can message me there. Now, for Instagram, just type in my YouTube name. Instead of spaces, it's underscores, my YouTube name. So, yeah, just to be clear on the whole searching me on social media thing, just so there's no complications. So there you go. Also, if anyone would like to, for me to make them thumbnails, of course, you can let me know on social media as well. And that is something that I can do for you as well for your content. But of course, you can let me know. And to anyone else who has sent in requests before, thank you. So, Marvin Gaye with his album, What's Going On? This is the album that was requested. Now, again, Marvin Gaye is not a music artist that I'm too familiar with. I have heard of him before, and I, of course, know that he is a music artist. And soul and R&B is not really something that I listen to too much. You guys know this. I am more of a rock and metal type of guy. I mean, of course, you guys know this. But I didn't think this was bad. I didn't think that this was bad. I mean, for R&B, it's not bad. I mean, I could definitely see the appeal for this. I mean, I'm not too familiar with the genres of soul and R&B, so I don't know like how different today's R&B and soul is compared to, you know, stuff like Marvin Gaye's material where, you know, I mean, of course he's a classic music artist. I mean, this album came out in 1971, so a while ago. So I'm sure R&B and soul has changed drastically since then, like every other music genre, because let's be honest, no music genre really stays the same. But yeah, of course, this album does have some of his singles, of course, like the title track, which is definitely one of the highlights off this album. And I do think that he sounds good vocally in that song. And that is one thing I will give Marvin Gaye is he does have a good voice. And even the instruments as well, I think, are pretty good as well throughout this album. And Marvin Gaye is definitely a talented individual. And I know he has passed away, so may he rest in peace, of course. But of course, you have the title track, which is one of the singles, and you have Mercy, Mercy Me on here as well. Save the Children is also one of the singles off this album. So, again, I think Marvin Gaye's vocals, he sounds good vocally and everything. Very chill music, like very relaxed type music, which I'm sure, you know, is the appeal for artists like Marvin Gaye. Like, he's one of those types of artists, makes pretty chill music, and I don't have an issue with it. However, is this anything that I'm going to return to again anytime soon? Probably not, but again, that's mainly because this is not my type of music, but I think it's solid for what it is. I think it's solid for an R&B album, and I think Marvin Gaye is a solid R&B artist, of course, and yeah, I mean, again, not too familiar with R&B, but I would say if you like the genre, I'd say give this guy a chance, give Marvin Gaye a chance, of course. This album, What's Going On? Again, I didn't mind this album. You know, again, I think it's good for an R&B album, but again, it's just not my type of thing. It's not really the type of music that I listen to, but it's not bad though. It's not bad by any means. And look, I've really been trying to get better with, looking at music in a more objective standpoint where, just because, I don't really return to something very much, or I don't listen to something very much, that, oh, that means it's bad. No, like, I can acknowledge that this album is good and Marvin Gaye is a good music artist. It's just not my style, as they would say. Like, just not really my thing. But I didn't think this was bad. I didn't think this was bad. But as a score, I'm kind of thinking maybe a 7 out of 10. I mean, maybe that's just a bias score. Maybe for an objective score, it's probably a higher rating than that. Especially for those who are fans of Marvin Gaye, you'd probably give this maybe like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Who knows? But as for a bias score, I mean, honestly, I would say, as for a bias score, it'd probably be lower than a 7. But, I think when you mix the two together, when you mix the bias and, my objective point of view, that's kind of what I'm feeling for this album, a 7 out of 10. So, yeah, not a bad album. Not a bad album, but it's just not something that I'm going to return to very much. So, again, thank you for the request, Nick. This was cool to check out. I'm glad that I did give this a chance regardless, even though it's not really something that I will listen to very much. But again, I didn't think it was bad. And again, if you like R&B, I thought that this was good. It's a good album if you like this type of music, soul and R&B. And of course, Marvin Gaye, may he rest in peace. So that's my review for this album. Let me know what you think. So with that said, thank you for watching. Have a good one.